Welcome to the coding challenge number 2. So here let's continue with our football betting app. Let's start the challenge. Here the first step is loop over the game, scored array and print each player name to the console along with the goal number. So the object is down here. This is here the scored array we are using, that is we should print that this name Lewandowski as the goal one, and also we need to print that this second one is goal 2 and then the third one is goal 3, like this. And then the second step is use a loop to calculate the average odd and log it to the console. We already studied how to calculate averages. You can go check if you don't remember. Here, actually, we should use the object itself directly and don't destruct the object into variables and then use that to calculate the average. But instead, really calculate the average of elements in the object. Okay. Then point number 3, print the 3 odds to the console but in a nice formatted way, exactly like this. We need to print like this in the console. But here, get the team names directly from the game object. Don't hard code them. Expect for draw. Hint. Note how the odds and the game objects have the same property names. Here in point 3, we need to print like this in console, these 3 odds, and then we are not allowed to hard code them except for draw. But we have to get the names directly from the game object. So these are the 3 exercises for this challenge. And here we have a bonus also, that is create an object called scorers which contains the name of the players who scored as properties and the number of goals as the value. In this game it will look like this. So here in this video we will solve these 3 exercises and this bonus you will try it on your own. Now let's write the first exercise. First step answer. So I am using here for a loop const of game dot score. Here we actually want the entries. So write dot entries and then we want the indexes because we also want the number of goals. So for that, goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, like that. So write entries and then now here write the I and then player. Next, let's log this into console. Console.log backwards. Goal I plus 1 player. Now let's see the result. Reload. See here, it displayed goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, goal 4 and all of the scored persons' names also. And then the next step 2. Here in step 2, we have to calculate the average odd. So that average is basically of these 3 numbers here. Now we are going to do is to loop over this object and simply add all of these 3 values together. And after that, finally divide them by the number of elements here. Let us for suppose I am taking an average 0, average equals 0. Now let's write that for const odd variable name of object dot values and then game dot odds. Now we will simply add these odds to the average so that we can divide it by the length of this object dot values array. So let's do that. Average plus equal odd. And now finally average by equal. This is a new one. So object dot values game dot odds. And then let's log this into console.log. Average. Now here these two values are same. So let's refactor this const odds equal paste. Now let's give the name odds here and here. Now let's reload and see the result. Here it is displayed that not a number, none. So let's write here odds dot length. Now let's see the result. So here the average is 3.69333 and so on. So with this we get the result. This is our average. And next move to the third step. Now let's move on to the exercise number 3. And this time the goal is to print basically the content of the object to the console. So let's write the step 3. Now here for const of, here we need to print that both the team and odds. So we need the entire object. And so just as we learned in the previous lecture, we use object dot entries of game dot odds. So this is for just write here object dot entries of game dot odds. We have that array of arrays which in each position will have both the team and the odd. Let's say that here team and then odd. So now here we don't have to match any property names. Let's log this into console.log. Team and then odd. Now let's check the result reload. See here we have the team and the odd values also. Now it is done, but we need that here the string. So this one, these three odds. Let's place here. Place these three in comments. Now here in the last lecture we know that how in the array we use the entries method. So based on that we now want to build a string like that. So here we see that odd of victory Bayern Munich. So we need like that string. Let's write odd of, place first back quotes, then write $odd. So here we have written that odd of and this value. But here we have Victory Bayern Munich. So for that we need to create some variable, that is const. Here I am writing team string, that is str, that is equal. Then the string would become draw, and so that then we'll create a. Now here we are using the ternary operator. Here team string equal team, that is equal x or ternary operator or else draw. We need the team name itself. So for that we'll get that, how we will get that. And remember there was a hint about this, that is note how the odds that are here. We have a team 1, team 2 and X. Here the team names. This is the team 1 and team 2 players. And now use these keys here. Victory, game team. And then now here write our odd of team STR. So here we go into the game, which is the entire game object. That this is, we take the property name, but team is already this property name here. So team 1 and team 2, then we take that the read property with the same name from the game project. And so therefore we get Bayern Munich and Veroso. And now this one was a little great. And let's see the result. Reload. Now let's see the result. Reload. And then see here we got that odd of Victory Bayern Munich 1.33, and same as we got the same result. So this is all about our challenge. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.